inch of water off a pond. What makes this skimmer nice is, again, has some nice structure to it. Has a nice heavy duty stainless steel frame. The net is very deep, so it works fantastic. This bar is screwed in place because it's above the water line, so that bar is permanent. There's a second bar that supports the back mat that isn't screwed in place because it's below water. The other thing the bars do, that when you backfill, the bars should be in there because it's still a very long side bar and you can collapse it in. The new thing that I've been teaching is I don't fill with soil around these boxes anymore. I'll fill with pea gravel or something else that's going to compact down and just come in nice and doesn't apply the same pressure issues. And it also gives you a buffer for freeze thaw. Okay? So the nice big net in there, spin it around the back. You can come in on either side. Again, it comes with a very nice kit. This is called the Uniseal. They actually are used in tanks, so it is actually a watertight seal, but these happen to be above the water line, but your 2-inch would go through there and totally seals off from any debris or junk going in. And it comes with a plug for the side you don't run your pipe out of. Here's what I'm going to tell you. This is a 10-inch skimmer. In no way, no time would you ever want to run two 2-inch lines out of this because I guarantee you'll be over skimming your pond. Alright, this back unit here is for overflow. It comes with a adjustable overflow, screws into the back with Teflon tape. Teflon tape comes in the kit. One of the other things we like about them, it's complete. So that just screws into the back. Comes with a fitting. Hook a 2-inch line to get the water away from your skimmer. You'll always want to put an overflow, and you don't want it to dump right near your skimmer. You need to get it away from the skimmer, or what will happen? All your water will float down here, and you'll eventually collapse this out because it will just work its way to just crush this down. So you need to get the excess water away. Again, it comes with silicone. Remember, I encourage you to use lap sealant. Doesn't mean they have to. The other great thing about this is it comes pre-plumbed for a autofill. And the autofill is where it should be. The autofill is in front of your mat, not by your pump chamber. Almost everybody else's autofill is back in the pump chamber. Well, what does that mean? If this mat gets clogged or this net gets clogged, that water artificially drops in the back. We've all seen it drop in the back of a skimmer. Here's your pond level, here's your water in your skimmer. That means the autofill is going to come out and the pond really doesn't need any water.
Gotcha.
Okay? So it's actually reading the real level of the pond. The other reason I don't like to overskin it causes too much turbulence and it fakes out anybody's autofill will be faked out. So if we have big ponds, a lot of times I'll take and I'll put my autofill in a valve box, or another thing that I'll use for autofill is I'll go ahead and use a secondary skimmer like this, and I'll just embed that in the little satellite skimmer, and I'll embed that somewhere in the pond, and that's actually just my autofill. I'll mount my autofill in there, and it's in a bigger pond, and just where it's near and convenient. All right, let's see. So that's an important feature. The only 2 pre-drilled holes it's to mount the faceplate correctly. There's one here and one here. Those are the 2 top holes that you would have to find, and then just zip them in the faceplate. The other thing nice about the faceplate is notice that it's not flush. There's actually a little bit of a mounting area. Again, it allows us to put a boulder out here and gravel across and hide the front of it a lot easier. Camouflaging a skimmer is an art that most people have not conquered because some of the equipment that they get doesn't allow them to do it. Okay? Again, same process. You're going to leave that gap, a little accordion gap, because a hole in a liner, which we're doing when we put a screw through it, if you put a hole in the liner and you pull on it, it becomes an oval. Well, that means you're going to have a leak. So anytime we have a penetration in the liner, we want to make sure that we have slack all the way around that penetration. Whether somebody says, I need a bottom drain, well, you need to have slack around the bottom drain for the same reason. So anytime we do that, you need to have ample slack. Nice heavy duty door. It's floated from, it's filled with air, capped off, and it just floats in there. So really nice. Comes with one Metallo pre-mat. The other thing that's important is our mats go top to bottom. Many of the people love the horizontal mat. Well, most horizontal mats have holes in them for whether the basket comes through or where the pump comes through. This is supposed to be in place to protect the pump. So by this going top to bottom, we suck in less wildlife. So the chance of sucking up a frog or a fish are almost none. Unless the frog climbs in over the top for some reason.